Okay, so I am really personally excited to introduce this lady, mainly because I'm from Leicester, my hometown. But please welcome Grace Deane, who is professional women's rugby player for Leicester Tigers and also team leader at the Office of Nuclear Regulation. Okay, Grace, maybe start by setting the scene. So can you tell me a bit about your journey? How did you end up in both STEM and playing professional rugby?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. So I was working at the East Anglian Air Ambulance when I was 21, and I hadn't played rugby at that point. It's something I had always wanted to do growing up, and it wasn't accessible to me at school. So I took myself down to my local rugby club, and I started playing championship level rugby. I absolutely loved it and was obsessed, and decided to start moving my life so that I could play elite level rugby. So that started with applying for lots of different roles. And ultimately, what attracted me to the Office for Nuclear Regulation was that diversity of career that I could have, and the flexibility that we've already spoken about today that is available within the industry.
Thank you very much. And just to follow up on setting the scene, what's first sparked your interest in STEM, and how did that develop alongside your rugby career?
So at school, I was not very good at science and maths. That's not something I associated with any of my strengths. I think as a person, I'm very naturally disciplined. I really love routine, and I've been able to apply those traits into upskilling myself into the industry I am now.
Thank you very much. So just moving on to that dual career that you're talking about, are there any key transferable skills from playing rugby that support your career, and what are those key skills?
I think a lot of women in the room would probably be surprised to know that a lot of their attributes that they have within their engineering or construction careers, they can also be transferred to sport quite easily, particularly at the moment in the PWR. Like, we all balance full-time jobs alongside playing, and more often than not, women in the industry are always balancing something and their work commitments, right? Whether that's being a mother or being a carer, or a passion project and having a side hustle. And so actually that time management and that ability to switch on and switch off is so transferable across both. I've already spoken about timekeeping and that discipline, able to follow a process. The engineers in the room will be able to start something from A and follow all the way through to Z. And that's really common in being an athlete as well, is seeing the purpose in the progress.
Okay, so on the pitch, I'm guessing that there is a little bit of pressure sometimes in big matches. So how do you handle that pressure, and does that at all help you in your job?
Yeah, so I think working in a fairly high pressure environment, you learn sort of tips and tricks about how to manage your own emotions, and I guess that anticipation for a big day, whether that be a big day of presenting or a big day at work, or whether that's on the pitch. And it's all about putting your best foot forward. And yeah, having a great team around you always really helps.
Learning to handle the nerves. Excellent. Okay. Maybe thinking about why we're in the room and who we are as Mitsubishi Electric, what advice would you give to companies like ours looking to attract and support more women into STEM careers?
I'd actually say there are lots of ways that you can support women in sport, not just rugby. Our league specifically is full of highly skilled individuals that are really passionate, really focus driven, love a deadline, like to follow things step by step. And these athletes are looking for occupation. They're looking for development. They're looking for a career that can feed those parts of them alongside their playing careers. So, as Mitsubishi is supporting Sally, who isn't here today because she's got a final to prepare for, which is fantastic. There are loads of ways that you can support athletes in this way, and then also get all the benefits of having an athlete in the workplace.
I agree, and we wish Sally all the best as well. So just maybe some advice to those in the room that are listening, and just a bit of a roundup. What advice would you give to young women considering a career in STEM?
I think we've touched on the flexibility already, but I think you'd be really surprised in the options that you have within STEM and within engineering, that problem-solving mindset, that goal-focused incentive that will carry you through. ultimately open all those doors that you might not necessarily have qualifications for yet, but can build you through to putting yourself in those right places.
Excellent, thank you. And also, what excites you most about the future of women in sport and in STEM as well?
So what I'm really excited about, and this is fairly niche, is that stereotypically women don't love presenting, and in my workplace particularly we struggle getting female speakers, and I'm really enjoying seeing my organisation specifically supporting women in upskilling, presenting skills, things that are, I guess, more typically extroverted. And as a rugby player, I am fairly extroverted, so quite comfortable in this sort of scenario. But it's really great seeing an organisation encouraging women not only in their professional careers, but also in these soft skills.
And I guess this is good practice, right, as well? Okay, just one last question for you. What is next for you on and off the pitch?
So this is quite exciting for me because I tore my ACL in November. So I had surgery in December and I've just started running. So this is technically our off season, but I will be training every week, sort of 4 times a week, so that I'm back fit and ready for the start of next season, which I'm very excited about.
So we can expect to see you back on the pitch very soon. Excellent, excellent. So yes, thank you very, very much for joining us. I know we've rattled through that quite quickly, but given the heat in this room, and I might also point out that we do also realise the irony of us being an AC company, and it is very, very warm in here. But you might want to take a look at whose AC it is, it's not ours. Just a very quick thank you for all of you for joining us. It's been a real pleasure to be up here and shine a light on women in construction and have these conversations. Just having these conversations is a great start to that awareness that I was talking about earlier. So thank you very much. I think there's some more drinks at the back if you want to grab one of those before going. But again, thank you very much for joining us.